Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to do a quick sketch of different tones in the same object, and we will do, let's say, an object like this. So an object that has multiple faces, let's say, so sort of a diamond but not necessarily a diamond. Okay, so there we have our essential shape. This looks a little empty, so I'll just go about like that. Okay, so now we have all these different angles, but there's a light source that is hitting this thing from this side. So we're going to start putting in some tones. So put the darkest tone right there to start. Right. I put dark tone right here. Now there can be variations in this because realistically, if it is a crystalline shape, let's say, and not exactly a matte shape, you might have, this will definitely be dark because this is farthest away from the light. This thing is also farther away, but then it also transitions into the lighter areas and you could have a variation in between that. And then this surface here, you could do a two-tone again, but perhaps come in this way. So let's say that there is a little bit of a raised edge there, and against the light it falls, the tones fall like that. And then this surface here, tad bit lighter. Now we're going about this very quickly, and the essential practice is to check it out and see how this really plays for you, and actually put an object in a light source and see how it really works, because these type of sketches can really help you enhance your tones and give you that immense experience with different angles and like straight objects, as far as straight objects are concerned. So I'm putting in a tone there, and I'm going again lighter, but since this object has turned away from the light, this particular angle, I'm putting in just so much tone. Move that out. Putting in even lesser tone, and I've used the same pencil throughout for this entire exercise, as you've seen. So putting in lesser tone, or tone that is less dense on this side as well, darkening that up just a tad bit, leaving that side untouched. It's directly in the source of the light. And this side here, I will definitely put in a tone because there's some light going in. that out. Now this is not a perfect shape, perfect as in that perfect would have been if I had actually met all the different vertices properly. I did not do that, but that's okay because it's a quick sketch, just exploring different angles of the same object. And right there we have put in a tone. Actually, I put in a varying tone right there. Right, so we have gone through all the angles here, but now there's one thing that we need to remember in this here, this area, it appears as if this is raised like this way, and that is even going down further. So if we were to raise this area in that way, we would have to change certain aspects of the shading. So namely, we would have to take out the darker tone that we have put in. Well, for that matter, this would also have to change a little bit, because if it's raised, that means that will also not tilt as much inward to create that kind of a tone or shadow effect. So those two surfaces there were just raised enough, then it would of course mean either like this one is also raised or not raised enough. Then in that case, if it is going, let's say, downward, then this would be a tad bit darker in that case. And that would of course so somewhere along those lines. Again, it's not a surface that we can like play with too much. Like, it's not the ideal setup where we can like really play with this a whole lot, but again, yes, we can, and we can have a lot of fun with it, doing all those different angles. Again, like, this is not right. I again like tilted it inward, but as I mentioned, if it were outward, you would just make it more light and have the light reflect on it. It's really easier than it looks, so do give it a shot. In the interim, thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, keep in touch, have yourself a wonderful day.